time, weather, and always class.
Breath controlling my decisions. It's our game. With Gen X and Salty J, we'll shout it loud. A celebration of life. Come join the crowd.
Misinformation lies that our parents told us and that we believed without question. Our parents didn't have Google, they had confidence. And I know that they told me a lot of things that as an adult I laugh about. So I'm Salty J. I'm here with
Gen X.
And we're going to do an episode about lies
that we believed.
Jen, what was the first one that you think of?
Don't make faces. Your face will freeze like that.
Yeah, I remember we would try to knock each other in the back of the head. I think it was actually a kid at school told me that, though. If somebody pops you in the back of the head while you're making the face, that it'll stay that way. So that was definitely...
Kids are so stupid. I just believe everything. They're just little innocent nuggets of fill their head with bullshit and they'll believe it. I love it. I still love it. I still like lying to kids. It's fun.
You'll shoot your eye out.
That's right. Don't do that. You'll put your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. You're going to take your eye out with that. It seemed like every toy we had or everything we did the end result was going to be you're going to come out without an eye.
I feel bad because, like, when I was writing this episode, I was thinking, like, I lied to my kids, too. I didn't want them to know I drank alcohol. So if I was drinking a beer and they asked me what it was, I would tell them apple juice. And then if they asked for a drink, I'd just go fix them their own apple juice. But
no, that's smart. Yeah. That's okay. That's smart. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
And then
that's not really a lie. Yeah.
Well, I felt like I was lying. But we would lie about holidays because we both worked at the hospital. And so we'd have to work Christmas Day. So we would have it like 2 days early, like, or New Year's Eve, we'd set the clocks for midnight.
Set it for midnight when it was only 10. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'd cheer and tell the kids it's the following year, and then we'd go to bed. So I totally lied to my kids, too.
Yeah. Well, look, dude, I'm a full-grown adult, and if I actually went to a New Year's Eve party, which I won't do because, no, thank you. If I went to a New Year's Eve party, I would find a clock and turn it ahead to midnight, be like, woo, Happy New Year, and then I'd walk out. That's a great idea.
I just do an Irish goodbye.
You do an Irish goodbye where you just sneak out. I find like one person, I'll be like, hey, I'm leaving. You want to tell everybody else? No, I'm leaving. You can tell everybody else. You could be the bearer of that. I'm out. I'm leaving. That's why, I drive my own vehicle places. I don't carpool with anybody unless it's somebody that is like me who's like, yeah, we have a plan. We're going to leave early. And even then, I'm kind of like, I'm going to drive my own vehicle because I always need an escape plan. So if I went to a New Year's Eve party, I would totally do that.
It works. It works. And then
I would imagine.
And then, like, my parents drank coffee, like a whole pot of coffee a day, but they told me that I was already short and it would stunt my growth.
Coffee will stunt your growth. Where did that one come from? Because I heard that one too.
I don't know, but they also said it puts hair on your chest.
So my dad would tell me that for anything that I didn't want to eat. Like if he was eating something, he'd be like, you want to try this? And I'd be like, no, that's gross. He'd be like, come on, it'll put hair on your chest.
So your dad totally lied to you too.
Yeah. I mean, that's what parents do. They have to. A lot of times it's just to shut us up, Yeah. It's the don't swallow your gum. If you swallow gum, it stays in your stomach forever.
Don't swallow a seed or it'll grow a tree in your stomach. I heard that one.
Don't swallow watermelon seeds because then you'll grow watermelon in your stomach. I was like, well, okay. I didn't eat watermelon seeds anyway, and I as an adult, I have a hard time swallowing pills, so swallowing a seed wouldn't even have occurred to me then. But yes, I got the don't swallow seeds, don't swallow gum. Same thing. I would never swallow gum unless it was an accident because everything like that stayed in your stomach forever.
Well, I swallowed a cherry seed by accident today, so... We'll test this theory.
So you're gonna grow a cherry tree, which is cool because then I can get my cherries for dirt cheap because cherries are expensive.
They're good. They're in season right now.
They are really good. What about
speaking of food?
Waiting half an hour before you go swimming after you eat something?
Yeah, or you'll drown, or your stomach will cramp up and you'll drown.
You'll cramp and you'll die. What?
Yeah. Meanwhile, like all my parents' friends would be floating and drinking beer, and they just ate, and they were fine.
And they're eating while they're in the pool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think seriously, I think whoever made that up was, like, hoping that adults could get in the pool before kids, and then that
Yeah.
way they wouldn't have to swim in kid pee.
I mean, whoever
I
thought it up
know.
was genius, because if that was the reason behind it, and I can't imagine that there wouldn't be any other reason behind it other than to keep kids out of the pool.
My parents had this sign that said, like, "Welcome to our ool. Notice there is no pee in it. Please keep it that way."
Please keep it that way.
And one of my friends said that his mom told him if he peed in the pool, the water would turn red around him, like, that there was chemicals in there that would turn the water a different color, and then on that movie Grown Ups
that one's a good lie, though. That one's a good one, because you're like, I'll tell this little shit that the water's gonna change color if he pees in the pool, and that way I know that little bastard won't pee in the pool.
Yeah, because nobody wants to swim in that shit. Yeah.
That's right.
Food-wise, I know my grandma, she told me because all my family on my dad's side was really tan, and I am, like, paper white, you know? So she said, "Eat lots of beets and carrots, and you'll be tan like us." And I ate plate and platefuls, and I did not turn tan like them. So my grandma lied too.
That was just a way to get
She
you to eat
lied a lot.
vegetables.
Yeah, or eat spinach, and you'll be strong like Popeye.
And you'll be strong like Popeye. We all grew up
Yeah.
thinking that just from watching the cartoons, where it was like, yeah, we're gonna eat our spinach. I mean, when Rue was a puppy and we were taking her to obedience training, as she was growing up and getting bigger, we took her to, I think there's a couple of, like a year later, and just through the course of her training, and we walk in, and one of the trainers goes, "Rue, I see you've been eating your spinach," because she was bigger and stronger, and
It worked.
that's one of those things that perpetuates. Everybody says that eat your spinach and you'll grow big and strong, and there's some
Yeah.
validity to it because it's a vegetable and it's a green leafy vegetable, so eating
Right,
eating vegetables
nutritious.
is good for you. Yeah, it's nutritious.
Yeah. And then I talked about it in another episode, but my grandmother told me that if I snuck out at night or went out of the house at night, that Hammer John would grab me and he would hit my toes with hammers. And
That's so diabolical.
it is so funny. It is so funny. I let her tell my kids that, and I was like, yep, it's all true. It's true.
Yeah. You have to continue to do that. That has to go down. Like, your kids will tell their kids too, and you'll be like, yep, it's true. All of it's true.
She got all the grandkid or her great grandkids in the bed, like they were having like a slumber party. And then she told them the story about Hammer John like it was a campfire story. She was like, he'll knock on the door and 1 step, 2 step. Like, she scared the shit out of her. And then they were telling me about it. And I was like, it's true. It's all true.
It's all true. It's totally true. Did that happen to you, Mom? It did. He got me. He got me once.
That's why that toe's a little bit flat. No.
That's right. See how that toe looks a little weird? That's why that happened. Oh my
It was
God.
Hammer John. Yeah. And then, not our parents, but I remember like this movie Candyman that terrified me. You look in the mirror and say Candyman, or it was Bloody Mary.
It was Bloody Mary when I was growing up. Candyman came out when I was in my 20s, I think. But I remember the movie because I remember I saw it in the theater. But yeah, it's the same. It was that same premise, and
Yeah, like it just scares the shit out of you.
Yeah, I don't think we ever did Bloody Mary when I was a kid. I heard about it, but I was like, I don't want to be in no bathroom saying Bloody Mary and having something appear in the mirror.
No. I know me and all my girlfriends would run in there, say it, run out and slam the door and leave whoever was in the bathroom or try to turn out the lights to be funny.
Yeah, that's what we would do, but I wasn't going to do it. I'm like, well, it's not going to be me.
I would never do it on my own.
No.
Because even though I knew it was fake, I was terrified too.
Yeah, well, because you're in the dark. It's the dark. The dark is scary.
God, there's a lot of food lies. So the other one was like, we were so poor, we only had like 1 biscuit and 1 chicken to separate between 8 people, or we only had 1 potato to eat. And like every parent, I feel like, of our generation said that, even though, they were born in like the 50s or after, usually, it wasn't, I don't know.
Well, my
no,
mom would
early
get
50s,
my mom.
because
So
my mom was
my mom was born in the 40s, and she would get the eat all your food. There's starving people in China, and my
Yeah.
mom would always say, "Good, put it in a box and send it to them because I don't want it."
Yeah, I would eat my food, I think. I don't think I was very picky.
Being a terribly picky eater when I was a kid. I mean, there's still things that I don't eat as an adult. I don't like them. I hate pickles. I do not eat pickles. I don't want them anywhere near my food because they ruin everything that they touch. And I know that a bunch of pickle lovers are going to be like, "No, that's wrong. You're gross. Pickles are great. I'll eat your pickles. Great. You can have the pickles." I fucking hate pickles. and I wouldn't eat
I
them
would
when I was a
take your
kid.
pickle.
Yeah. When we're out to dinner and I'm ordering something that has pickles on it, I always tell him to take the pickles off, don't put them on the side, but put on Eric's plate instead because he'll eat them. I'm like, just give them to him. But please don't put them on near my food because then that food that's touching it tastes like that, and that's gross to me. But I remember when I was really little, I thought the tomato sauce that I was eating at the time was spicy to me because I was 4, and 4-year-olds do not have a very developed palate, and they're idiots. And being an Italian, it's even worse for me because if you don't eat, your pasta with your sauce on it, what the hell is the matter with you? But I remember that I would eat pasta with butter and cheese, and my Papa Gus would do it too. And so I didn't feel like the odd person out. And he would make it special for me. And so I would always eat pasta with butter and freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And every now and then I'll still do that when I'm like, oh, I just kind of want that. That tastes it's so good. But I ate that when I was really little because the tomato sauce that they were using, because they would make it homemade, and they would usually use like a spicy Italian sausage, it would be too spicy for my little delicate palate. And now, as an adult looking back on that, I'm like, oh my God, my whole family must have been like, who is this kid?
Yeah. Like, did you get her around the corner?
Yeah. What kind of Italian is this?
My uncle used to tell me that gypsy aliens dropped me off on Earth, and that my mom felt sorry for me, and that's why I live with my parents. And my mom would agree with him. Now, he was like 16 when I was like 2, so, he was like a teenager uncle, but yeah, gypsy aliens. So he told me I was an alien. And then, like I said, I didn't look like that side of the family because they're all like dark brown eyes, brown hair. And there I was, blonde, blue, Snow White. But all the family pictures, I'm like Spot. Like there's all these tan people and one little white spot. So.
And here's our daughter. She's the recessive gene of the family.
Yeah, I would beg, like, Nanny, will you dye my hair black like yours? And she's like, yep, when you turn 16, I'll color it. And of course, I would look like Elvira. It never happened. And then sitting too close to the TV, you'll go blind, or if you watch it too long. I
You'll
feel like
strain your
everybody heard
eyes.
some.
Yeah. You'll lose your sight. You'll strain your eyes. But, when I was a kid, we didn't have a big TV. Our TV wasn't very big. So we had to sit. My brother and I had to sit close to the TV so we could see the damn thing.
And we were the remote.
Yes. We were the remote.
Yeah.
And the antenna mover around her.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought we were so high tech when I was, I think, middle school. My dad got a cable box that some guy that was in jail like soldered a chip, so you got free cable.
Yeah, he jailbroke it.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he wasn't in jail. My dad would probably say he jailbroke it back then. But he said this guy was in jail, and I bought his cable box. So now we got free cable. So yeah.
I think I got free premium channels when I was in my 20s because the guy that was on the pole that was supposed to turn that stuff off, he had already come down, and he was like, fuck it, I'm not going back up.
Nice.
Yeah. I was like,
not
sweet.
all heroes wear capes.
Right. Because he was like, like, oh, you got to, he's like, we got to do the stuff at the top. He goes, and I was doing another job and I just forgot. He goes, fuck it, enjoy it. Okay.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. My husband told Morgan that if she kissed boys, she would get bumps on her mouth.
No, that's smart.
I mean,
that's smart.
That was a lie, although there is herpes.
There is truth to that.
If she
kisses someone with herpes, she certainly can. So there's, again, that's a lie founded in truth.
Well, it was a lie to make our kids stay innocent as long as possible.
Right. Of course.
And I think it worked.
Did you get the don't take a shower during a thunderstorm and don't talk on the phone during a thunderstorm because you can get struck by lightning?
Yeah. And somebody on Facebook in our comments said that there is some truth to that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There is, and I still think about that every now and then where I'm like, well, I need to take a shower, but there's a thunderstorm outside. I'm like, well, I got to take a shower. But especially when I was a kid, it was don't talk on the phone during a thunderstorm because the lightning can strike and I don't know how it worked. It would go through the phone line. I don't know. I got that one. I still don't understand how that one works.
I think I got that too. Or I know I can't remember if it was middle school or what, but people said you could get diseases from toilet seats, like STDs.
Yeah,
So
so that's been going around forever. Like and I think that's part and parcel one of the reasons why as women, when we use the public restroom, we still hover. One reason is because they're
yeah.
gross and filthy and women are disgusting animals when they get in there. I'm like, what are you doing in here? Who raised you people? And so you don't want to touch the toilet seat. You don't want to sit on the toilet seat because there's piss all over it. But the other reason is because, oh God, there's probably STDs covering this damn thing. I'm not touching it. So we are world-class hoverers.
Yeah, so you heard that lie too? Or, I
Yeah,
mean, it might be some truth to that too, who knows, but
who knows?
and then don't go outside when your hair's wet or you'll get
Because
pneumonia.
you'll catch a cold, you'll get pneumonia. Yeah, you'll get sick. Zero truth to that at all.
I only heard it so I grew up in Florida, but I only heard that when it was cold. You couldn't go outside when it was cold with wet hair.
Yeah, I think it was if it's cold outside, but it was don't and also don't sit around with wet hair because you can catch cold. Just it's just in the air, waiting for you to come out of the shower with wet hair and just sit around. Like, yeah, that's because that's how you get a cold. Yeah, it's just I found somebody sitting there with wet hair. I'm going to attack. Like, it's ridiculous. It was just a way to keep us properly groomed, I think.
My dad would be like, back in 1974, it was so hot, chickens were laying boiled eggs. Or you could cook an egg on a sidewalk, which we tried that, and you really can.
Yeah,
You can, so
you
that
can,
one
I
wasn't
mean,
a
you
lie.
certainly can here too. Like, I really want to try that where I put cookies on a cookie sheet and take my truck out of the garage in the summertime and put it on the dashboard because those cookies will bake. I know that.
I'm sure. You should see how the cars down here get so hot. You get in, you just can't even breathe.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's bad when you can't even touch the steering wheel. You're like, okay, I need oven mitts to touch the steering wheel. Awesome.
Yeah, and then he lived in Norway, so he would be like, "I walked 7 miles to school in the snow or on skis," you
Uphill
know?
both ways.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Yeah,
would
the
die on
walk
that
to
hill.
school. Yeah, the walk to school was always over exaggerated. Didn't
Yeah.
matter if there
Or
could be 4 feet of snow on the ground. They were walking to school. It was uphill. They didn't have this. They didn't have that, and they still went to school. They didn't close school. And I sound
what
like that
about
now because they'll close school if it's too hot or too cold out. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? School is air conditioned and the school has heat. Are you telling me they can't be out on the school bus stop for 5 fucking minutes? We waited
Right.
15, 20 minutes in some cases for the bus in the fucking middle of winter, freezing our asses off. Now, here, if it gets too cold, they cancel school.
We're starting to sound like boomers, Jen.
I know. I don't even have kids. I'm like, really? Kids can't go to school because it's fucking cold outside? All right. That's a new one.
Are there like these youth, they just don't work as hard as when we were little. Like I worked 3 jobs.
Think that that's necessarily the case. There are a lot of teenagers that work and want to work and really want to have good careers, and they want to be a part of society. And I don't think that
Yeah,
it's. I think there's Gen Xers that don't want to work. I mean, you're going to find that in every generation.
absolutely.
I think it's harder for them to work with all of the laws and who's hiring and who's not hiring and what kind of job they want to do and how long businesses stay in business nowadays because there's so much stuff that happens online that stores don't stay in business long enough to employ people. We had a Tim Hortons open up here last summer. It's already closed.
Wow. Yeah.
Like 2 minutes from my
Yeah.
house, already closed. And I didn't even get to try. I'm like, oh, I didn't even get to try it once. Already closed. Okay.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that they don't. Yes. Are there some that don't want to work? Yes, because they want to be influencers. But I don't necessarily believe that there's an entire generation of younger kids that don't want to work. I think they do want to work, but I think to some extent they don't want to start off working the same type of jobs that we worked when we were kids. They think that they should just walk out and be in a Fortune 500 company. It's like, no, that ain't how that works. You get a minimum wage job, that's your starting job, and then you go from there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like I would hear we didn't have the same work ethic. Like our
I
parents
don't remember
would
hearing that
say-
when I was growing up. I didn't hear
Really?
that because
They'd be like,
everybody that I
mowed
knew had a job.
lawns. Yeah, no, they'd be like, I mowed lawns, I delivered newspapers, I worked at the burger place,
I was a
and
milkman. I got up at 2 a.m. and I delivered the milk.
yeah, I heard that one.
No, we didn't. We didn't hear that, but that's because every single one of my friends had a job, and my brother's friends, everybody had a job. I didn't know anybody that by the time we were in high school who didn't have a job.
Didn't
of
have
some
a
sort.
job. Same.
Yeah, everybody
Same.
worked. Yeah.
Yeah. What about we have food at home?
So the we have food at home it's not technically a lie. We do have food at home. It's just not the food that we want. It's the Eddie Murphy bit that he wanted McDonald's, and his mom is going, we have McDonald's at home. It'll be better than McDonald's. And he's like, better than McDonald's? He goes, and she'd get home and she'd bake this big burger patty with onions and big green pepper chunks sticking out of it, and fry up this nasty burger, this ugly ass welfare burger. And I'd be standing there going, that ain't McDonald's.
With white bread.
Yeah. So
yeah.
You wanted McDonald's, you got, as he called it, a welfare burger. You wanted Pizza Hut, you got roast chicken. You wanted this, and they're always like, I can make you that at home. And then it's not even close. It's like, this isn't even pizza. This is chicken. I wanted Pizza Hut. You having chicken. Okay.
Yeah. No, it was not nearly as good as eating out. Like, my dad would make these burgers. They were barky.
What does that mean? Barky?
Like, I don't know if it was grilled at such a high heat, but the outside's like tree bark. Like, when you bite into it, it crunches.
Because everybody's eating tree bark, so they would have that forever. This is reminiscent of tree bark. I would say an elm.
I think it's more a pine. And I don't remember specifically.
I disagree. I think this is more maple. I think if this is more maple, this tastes more like maple. I've never heard of a burger tasted barky.
I have no recollection of eating tree bark, but in my mind, I am 100% sure that's what those burgers tasted like, was pine tree bark. And it's the same color. Maybe that's why, but they crunched. Like, you would bite it and it would crunch. And I'm like,
well, that was just because of all the shit that was on the grill grate.
That's what it tasted like, probably. The grill grate crunch shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was everything that was on the grill grate. That's good for you.
Oh.
That's got nutrients and stuff in it.
Carcinogens.
It's got carcinogens and shit in it. It's got vitamins and rocks. It's great. It's good for you.
Yay. I mean, we had lead paint, no seat belts, no helmets. We'll add the barky burgers.
Why is it, though, that if you go out to get a burger, if you make that same burger at home, it is so much different? Why? What is so different about it? Because I can't replicate a burger at any restaurant either, whether it's a sit-down restaurant or a fast food joint. I can't replicate a burger either. It doesn't taste like tree bark.
I could do better at home.
I can't replicate it.
I think it's just the cuts of meat they use, and a lot of them use like I don't know what you call them, like the flat surfaces to cook them on.
Maybe. I do notice when I use my flat griddle on my grill and I do a smash burger, it tastes a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like it tastes
I
like
think
that.
that's
But like
probably
just doing
what it is.
I think doing a regular burger, and they're fine. They're good. They're not terrible or anything like that. But it's just like, this never tastes like a burger when you eat out at a restaurant. This doesn't taste like a Red Robin burger. It doesn't taste like Five Guys. It doesn't taste like this.
I like my cooking better than any restaurant, but I love the taste of not having to wash dishes or go to the grocery store. That's what I like.
Yeah, I agree. I like my cooking better than a restaurant, but I do enjoy going to a really nice restaurant and not have to worry about meal planning and what am I going to have for dinner tonight? Like, it's an everyday thing. What am I get? Oh, I forgot to take something out of the freezer to defrost, and I won't put it in the microwave to defrost it just because I don't like doing that. Some part of it always cooks a little bit, and it's like, that's rude. So usually I take stuff out in the morning and I put it in a cold water bath in a Tupperware and close the lid. And then at lunchtime, it's usually defrosted and I put it in the fridge until dinner. But you have to think about what you're going to make every damn day.
Yeah. And if you tell me I'm getting sushi in a week, I'm happy for the whole week. So
yeah, I'm already looking at the menu. I'm already like, ooh, what's the menu like? All right, I got to know what I'm going to have. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm like, ooh, I guess at the end of the week we're going to go have this. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I get all sing-songy about it too because I'm very excited. I'm very food-driven. I'm like a dog.
Me too. Start salivating. Pavlov.
Yeah.
And well, when you were driving to the restaurant, were you allowed to turn on the dome light?
No, it's for whatever reason, that's illegal. You'll get pulled over. Really, there are cops sitting on the side of the road just waiting for people to drive by going, oh, we got one. Look at that fucker. He's got a dome light on. Let's go get him. That's so illegal. I don't understand where that light came from. And I also don't understand why so many people have told it.
Yeah. Well, like now everybody's so connected with like parenting boards and social media. So I can understand how it was the same lies around the country now, but
Right.
back then when people didn't really leave their state as much or, you know, there's still very similar lies, like, throughout the country.
Yeah.
Like,
Was there some secret underground parenting thing that we didn't know about where it was like, all right, was there a newsletter that was like, all right, here's the lies we're going to perpetuate this month. Everybody on board?
send it
Feel free to add your own and then submit it for next month's newsletter. I mean, it's so weird to me that everybody that, regardless of where you grew up, at some point heard these lies.
There's definitely family-based lies like Hammer John,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of broad ones that just everybody heard. When we asked on our Facebook page, somebody said that if you masturbated, you would go blind or you would grow hair on your
Or you'd grow
hands.
hair on your palms.
Yeah, and maybe I never heard that one because I'm not a boy, but that one was actually pretty funny.
And again,
Yeah.
everybody said it. Everybody knew that one.
Or if you crack your knuckles, you're gonna get arthritis. And
You're
my
going to get
grandma would
arthritis or your knuckles are going to like double. It's like you're going to just have these giant knuckles. See, I couldn't crack my knuckles
like
anyway, but I can only crack like this, the one of my middle finger, but I also have weird knuckles, like see how my fingers bend at the first knuckle, so I couldn't crack them anyway.
my grandmother would pop my toes, like just pull my toes. And if they made a popping noise, she would be like, "That's a lie you told. What was it?" And I would be like, I did eat the last pickle out of the pickle jar, or I did hide that doll from Amanda and Melissa because they kept ruining its hair, or like it was like Catholic confessional. I would
That's
just
such a
sit there with my
hilarious way to
grandma.
get the truth out of kids. Just being like, if this happens and you're a liar. It's hilarious but cruel
And
at the
I
same time.
I would be racking my brain, what could it have been? And any lie that I could think of ever, I would tell her. It worked.
Yup. Yeah, I did that. I did that too. What you're saying is if you had national secrets, you would not be the one that should have national secrets.
Yeah, no, not when I was a kid. I would have told it all to my grandma.
No,
She got all the info.
that's funny.
Yeah.
I don't remember
And then
my Nana Pop-Pop doing anything like that as far as telling us fibs or if you do
stories?
this. Yeah, it's probably just because I can't remember them. I'm sure that they did. I can't remember them.
I wish my kids remembered my grandmother more. Like they remember her, but like my parents died pretty early on, so my kids don't really remember them. And my husband's parents haven't really been around them. So I really wish they would have gotten more of that experience or those stories. Like I think
Yeah,
the family stories is actually a pretty fun tradition. I'm 100% sure if I ever have grandkids, they're going to know about Hammer John. It's just
as they should.
I want
Yeah,
to
as they should.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
I'm
should
certain that we did have stories like that. I don't remember them from when I was a kid. And like my pop-up died when I was 7 or 8. And then I don't remember my Nana doing stuff like that for when we were kids. She might have. I just don't remember.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just love that stuff. It just makes me
Yeah.
laugh.
Because it's funny
And
and it's
not to
fun.
not to put your hand out the window of the car or your arm will get ripped off.
Your arm will get ripped off.
Did you hear
And
that
it's not
one?
your arm, your hand. Yeah, your hand will get ripped off. Or you'll smack it into a sign and that'll it'll get ripped off because that's how it'll get ripped off. It'll smack into because there's just signs. They're driving that close to the signs that their signs are going to rip your limbs off. I'm trying to think what else in the car. I know there were other car-based lies, and I cannot think.
Hold
of
your feet up when you drive over railroad tracks so you won't have bad luck or something like that.
I remember that, but that was friends. Like that
Or
was like
something
if I
like
was saying
that.
if I was
Yeah,
staying
that
at a
was
friend's
friends.
house and we were going somewhere with their parents, and I remember one of them did that once. I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "You got to put
Yeah.
your feet up when you go over a railroad track." And I was like, "Why? Otherwise you'll have bad luck." Oh, okay.
I remember too, like, I'm sure it wasn't my parents. I think it was friends, but basically they would lie and say you could get pregnant by anything. Like you were scared to go swimming in a public pool
Don't do that,
or
you get
hot
pregnant.
tub or, yeah. Don't sit on the toilet seat. You'll be pregnant.
You'll get pregnant. You'll get an STD and you'll get
Yeah.
pregnant. And also,
It's true.
I really thought quicksand and the Bermuda Triangle were going to be much bigger issues than they actually are.
What was the show about the Bermuda Triangle? Because I know I was terrified. I never wanted to go there.
Well, In Search Of did a whole show on the Bermuda Triangle, and that was
That's
the one
what
that
it
scared
was.
that was the one that scared the crap out of me. I was like, "Oh God, that sounds awful. That sounds terrifying." So I really expected Bermuda Triangle and quicksand to just be like massive problems and catching on fire, like just being on fire based on the stop, drop, and roll PSAs. That I was like, so people just catch on fire. People, I should expect there will be people on fire all the time. Okay.
Yeah. You know, they did teach us a lot of shit, like the hiding under your desk with your hands over your head.
Well, that'll save you
And
from the atomic bomb.
yeah, because Russia was gonna bomb us apparently.
Yes.
I
Yes.
remember that. And
Mhm.
then what else? They taught you that your calculator you would never have a calculator. You couldn't use it. You had to learn all of it by
Yeah.
your mind because
Yes.
you would never have a calculator on hand.
Yes. You're not going to have
And
a calculator on hand all with you all the time. Who's laughing now?
trying to think of what other teacher lies.
So I know that you did not live in an area with tornadoes, but we did. And so a tornado was part of the tornado drill, or if we did have a tornado warning and we had to go into the safe area of the school, for whatever reason, we also had to open the windows of the classroom. This was when I was in elementary school, not so much in high school, but in elementary school, we had to crank open the windows of the classroom because the tornado would create pressure and the school would implode. So
I've
before
heard
the
that.
before the children could get to safety during a tornado warning, which means one's fucking coming, we had to open
Go
all
open
the
the
goddamn
windows.
windows. Yeah. Because the school will implode. I'm like, fuck it, let it implode.
Wild.
Yeah. So I remember that, like, because I remember having to do that because we had a couple of tornado warnings when I was in elementary school. And I remember we had the windows were the crank. So you had to crank them so they would they opened out. And I remember
Yeah.
every kid in the class ran over to a window and cranked that sucker open before going into the hallway. We didn't have a basement, so we just got into the hallway in the interior of the school. But the school wasn't going to implode because we opened the window.
You know, they also said if you ever got written up, it would be on your permanent record. And it terrified me to the point that I thought that like employers now or colleges or anybody in my future would be able to see that I got written up or I got a detention. Like that was a legit fear.
Well, we'd love to hire you, Julie, but based on your permanent record, we saw that you called your 4th grade teacher a douchebag, and we cannot hire you on those grounds.
I thought that would happen.
It's going to be on your permanent record.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
was.
I can imagine your first interview. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us? Yeah. Before you discovered my permanent record, I got in a fight and I made faces at my teacher, and then I called this kid a dildo, and I said that Hammer John was going to get them if they snuck out of the house. And you're just spilling it all right there because you thought it was all on your permanent record, and your future employer was going to find out.
Probably would. I'd be like,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I'm going to tell you all this before you just find out.
I'm a personality hire anyway.
I
They
think
all they all hire me for entertainment.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like that one. I had to go see it. I had an ortho appointment this morning, and I was kind of the same way. I'm like, oh my God, I'm kind of obnoxious.
I had this one boss. He said, Julie, I would always go in his office joking around telling him patients were arriving. And he said, are you on drugs? And I said, you and I both know you don't pay me enough for that shit. And I just
Right.
walked out. Like, yeah. You gotta have
Are you
fun at
kidding? Do you
work.
know how much? Do you know how much drugs cost? You don't pay me that kind of money.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I can't really think. The escalator. Were you scared of the escalator?
I was. If my shoelaces were untied, the escalator was gonna eat my foot.
Yeah. I think I was extra scared of it because I never really rode it because my mom was in a wheelchair. So we always took elevators. So in the off chance I was on one, and even now, almost 50 years old, I watch my shoes when I step on it, I'm sure because of that fear.
Yeah, just in case you don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can't think of any other lies. You got any?
Let me just do a quick think. I don't think so. None that are coming
Recall.
to my recall right now. I know that they existed. When I talk to my parents, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we told you this and this and this," and yeah.
I'm trying to remember. One of our listeners said that somebody was a singer for the Beach Boys. Her parents told her. Do you
Ronald
remember who
Reagan.
that was? on Facebook?
Yes, it was. They said
Yeah.
that Ronald Reagan was because kids are so gullible and stupid, and it's so fun to lie to them. It's just so fun
A
to lie
friend of
about
mine
outrageous shit.
a friend of mine told her son that his dad was Luke Bryan, so his dad would be sitting on the couch next to him, and he'd be like, look, dad's on the TV," 'cause she would be like, "That's your daddy."
I have one. It's a story. It's not a lie. It's just more of a misunderstanding. I had a ViewMaster, and I was looking through it one day, and I was looking. I think it was like a Happy Days slide or view thing reel that I was going through, and it's because that was, the show was in the 50s, and one of them was wearing a button that said, "I like Ike." And I said something about Ike to my mom, and she said, "Oh, yeah, Ike and Tina Turner." And Tina Turner was married to Eisenhower because I'm an idiot. Because why would my mom think that I would be asking about Eisenhower? She didn't really know what I was looking at, and I just mentioned the name, and that's what everybody knows. And Ike and Tina Turner. So yeah, she was like, "Yeah, Ike and Tina Turner. That's Tina Turner's husband." And I knew who Tina Turner was, but I thought that Tina Turner and President Eisenhower were husband and wife for a little bit of a while.
Do you think though, so kids these days can fact check us like in 5 seconds. They could just
Yeah,
Google whatever.
yeah.
But I feel like sometimes our parents just looked confident and made up shit completely just to have like that authority. Like they didn't want to say, "I don't know." So they would just make stuff up. Like my dad would say, "Oh, that's
Sure,
this
that's
kind of
part
fish."
I'm sure that that's part of it, but now where were we going to fact check? Wait, I got to go to my friend's house who's got an encyclopedia, and I'll look that up when I'm there 2 months from now. I'm not going to remember. Yeah, the only fact checking you could do is like ask the librarian or ask your teacher. That was your fact checking. You weren't hopping on the
Yeah.
computer and Googling it. Or you weren't whipping out your phone and Googling that inside of 3 seconds. I do that now on social media where people ask a question. I'm like, oh my God, Google is a thing that exists. Why are you wasting everybody's fucking time?
Or like if somebody says rest in peace and they put a celebrity name, I go to TMZ as that's my trusted source to know if it's true or not because
Yeah.
so many people do fake posts on Facebook. So I'm like, if that person really passed, it'll be on TMZ, which is
Yeah.
sad
Or
that
you can
that's
just,
my
or you can just
fact
Google
check.
the name to see if it pops anything up. But yeah, that's what I mean. Because people put stuff on social media and they think, well, if I wrote it there, I read it there, it's true. And there's so many times where somebody will tell you something, and you're like, did you get that off TikTok news or actual news?
Yeah. My dad used to always say, don't believe none of what you hear or half of what you see. And that's actually still very wise words.
It is. It is. Think about all the people that you come into contact with on a daily basis, whether it's through your social media or in person, and think about the dumb shit that they're spouting or that they believe that they told you because they saw it on social media. And you're like,
Yeah.
that's not true at all. That's not even remotely true in any way, shape, or form. Nope, that's true. And it's the
Our
same with
social media.
It's the same with political posts too. They just find a meme, they slap some bullshit over, and be like, "Yep, that's true." No, you just slap some words over something that fits your narrative and threw it on a meme and went, "Yep, that happened." Like half of the shit that is being posted politically on both sides is just bullshit. It's just people that they just continue to spread that narrative and that divisiveness,
Misinformation.
that misinformation in order to keep people divided. And you didn't have that back then. I mean, I'm not saying people didn't spread in misinformation and lies. Of course they did, but it didn't run rampant like this where people just believed every fucking thing that they saw or read, I should say.
Because I saw it. Yeah.
I saw it on the internet.
Feel like people from all parties basically have a lot of the same desires and needs. Like nobody wants anybody to be hungry or be without.
Mm-mm.
They just have
Mm-mm.
different ideas about how to go about doing it. So
Right.
I wish, you're right. I wish there wasn't so much divide. But okay, we're getting off topic though. Social media can be the devil. It can be cool too.
Yeah.
I
have a friend who does the TikTok news all the time, and I'll get I heard this, I saw this, I'm like, this is happening. I'm like, actual news or TikTok news?
Hey, we met each other through social media for the Peloton thing, so
we did, but we met in an asshole. But we met in a group of assholes. We met in the appropriate group. We met in a fun group of people that were like-minded and just like us. And I'm not saying that social media is 100% bad. It's not, because I have a lot of friends that I've met through social media who are very dear friends, and you are one of them. And I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that you have to choose your news sources wisely.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, until next time, thank you for listening. Come to our Facebook page, give us any ideas you want to talk about, hear about any funny stories that you have from your parents lying.
Yeah, let's hear some of the lies that you were told or that you believed, or maybe even some that you still believe. Maybe you never
And
know.
what you'll tell your kids.
Yeah, if you have kids, what you've told them, because we want to know, and if they believe you, if they fact checked you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week, and thank you for listening.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.